a question from Cody real quick. Not real quick, as long as you want to take.
All right. Well, like 13 and Nick said, thanks again for doing a Q&A here, giving us the option to, ask some questions. So I guess my first question, they kind of do something separate from like balancing stuff right now. We just saw collection and like collector tanks get added into the game. Are there any plans to kind of add more tanks into these collector tanks, or even do like a multinational like tank collection where people could buy tanks from different nations down the road?
Right now we just added the collector's tank, and they were as a part of tank trees cleanup, how we call it, right? So we made a lot of tank trees, a lot of national tank tree, much more logical, much more straightforward, much more understandable for new players. And as a additional part of this feature, we introduced collector's shop, right? Where everyone can buy a vehicle of all the tiers just for credits if they just opened this tier in a correspondent nation. So right now we have a lot of ideas how to improve and develop this feature. It's not something that is very urgent to our point of view. We have much more things for this upcoming year to be solved, and you all saw the sandbox with rebalance, for example, where part of the features were taken to additional R&D, and we have a lot of things to do according to anniversary, like 10 years anniversary of World of Tanks, and many events for our players that we already prepared. Yes, it's in our backlog, or how we call it, like pool of ideas, and we will think how to develop this further on. Right now, I unfortunately cannot share any details because it's all on the very concept stage yet, and nothing to be shared. So it's not clear right now when we're gonna dive into it and start developing it. So I cannot even promise it will be next year. So right now, a lot of things we have to do much faster and before we touch the collectible shop.
Thanks for the answer.
Can I add up a little bit more?
Yeah, sure.
You basically pointed it pretty nicely, because it is a tool that opens up a possibility that we lacked before. Question will be, what will be criteria for players to unlock specific vehicles, in case we will, for example, think about our Argentinian tank. There is one, as far as I remember, or maybe Hungarian tanks, or maybe some other countries that didn't produce tanks en masse as a big geopolitical chessboard players did. So potentially this is the way, and we got a door now. Before that, we had no door. We were considering, it's like, a sneak peek into what's happened behind the closed doors. We were considering in last year, when we defined the roadmap for this year, we were considering building up a multinational tree. But it was super cumbersome for us to make. And that moment, we decided it does not worth an effort exactly this time, while we still have an interesting ideas like right in front of us on the plate. But it's, as Max said, it's in the backlog. So who knows? But yeah, we got them in now. Got a tool.
Yep.
Thanks for that one. All right.